everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Welcome to my Tuesday tutorial on Tuesday, April 13th at around 9 p.m. Saskatchewan time or Mountain Time. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and tonight I'm going to demonstrate how I created this tri-fold pocket card. So I'll be showing that to you in just a few minutes. I'm going to first of all link up here on my iPad so that if there are any people who are watching live, I'll be able to say hello to them and answer questions if you might have any. So, hi Sue, thanks for hopping on tonight. Hope things are going well. Hello Pam, hello. Are you having a nice day down in, I have to think about it, is it North Carolina? I think it's North Carolina. We had a pretty awful day here. Well, let me tell you what the word of the day is. The weather word of the day is tow truck. Yes, we had an awful April blizzard and the snow drifts were so high, the wind blew them into such high drifts that my Nissan Murano got hung up on the snow and my tires were spinning and I wasn't going anywhere, and we needed to call a tow truck and somebody was helping to shovel me out, and then another vehicle down at the end of the block was stuck and they called in a tow truck for the other vehicle and that tow truck got stuck. So then they needed to bring in a second tow truck to help the tow truck. It was ridiculous, and we're all going to be happy when this last bit of snow melts. Oh, you said it. Yes, I got it right. North Carolina, and it was cloudy and rainy today. Okay, so wasn't your perfect day there, but you know, as much as we all are just gritting our teeth and hating this snow, we really needed the moisture that the snow brought here. So it's going to make things so much greener and more beautiful here, because we've already in the last, I don't know, 2-3 weeks here in our area had, I think the firefighters have gone to something like 7 grass fires in our area. So it was way too dry, and that was like at the end of March. That was even before April had started. So good to have the moisture for sure. Hello Emmy, thanks for hopping on and saying hello. And Glenda, I think I see you there too. That's excellent. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't as cold, that's for sure, Pam. Yeah, it was chilly here for sure. We had all put our winter boots away and our winter coats, and then today we had to bring them out again. Okay, so just before I get to showing you the trifold card, some of you received my newsletter, and if you don't, let me know. I can add you to my newsletter list, but I do have a special promotion for April, and it's only available through me. I have some of these extra celebration stamp sets called Approaching Perfection, because it's my birthday month, so I had to have like a birthday stamp set, and as I had to order packs of paper and replenish my supplies during January and February, I stocked up on these Approaching Perfection stamp sets, and I've created a class for it. So the special for ordering from me with orders of $60 or more before shipping and taxes for the month of April is to receive this stamp set for free and the pieces of paper to make these 4 cards. If you already have the Approaching Perfection stamp set, because some of you would have earned it in January or February, then I'll pick out something else for you, and I'll still give you the card pieces so you can make the cards because you'll already have this stamp set. And I'll just show you quickly. They're pretty quick cards and some pretty papers in there. There's one that says, so what if you're a year older, you're fabulous. They have cute and just some kind of funny little sayings that give people a chuckle on their birthday. This is my favorite one from the set. If things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. In 2 days, my sister is going to be turning 50, so I think she's going to get that saying on her card. Here's a nice bright one with some Granny Apple Green and Night of Navy and just a whole bunch of sparklers going across, or candles, however you want to look at it. And then this is my favorite one. It's more for a guy card, and it kind of reminds me of newspaper print. And newsflash, birthdays are found to be good for your health. Studies show that people who have more birthdays live the longest. So, yeah, those the pieces for these 4 cards and the stamp set will be going out to customers who place a $60 order with me before shipping and tax in April, and that's while supplies last. And I think I still have about 5 or 6 of these sets left, so 5 or 6 are spoken for. Okay, so we'll carry on with the trifold card. So I'm going to switch the camera around and iPad 2. Here we go. If you get a little motion sick, avert your eyes just for a moment because the camera is going down now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hopefully we'll land about there. There we go. And I always need to do a little bit of adjusting because I'm always a little bit to one side or the other. Well, and sometimes it just doesn't even get adjusted. It just stays where it is. Okay. Let's move this iPad just a little bit closer. Oh, you got your ice cream set yesterday. Okay, I've been making so much with this. There we go. Now I can see things a bit better. I've been using it like crazy, and I'd have to say I don't think I have gone through a pack of paper like I have with this one. I have cut it for so many things. I've cut it for cones, and I've cut it for scoops of ice cream, and then I've cut it for some background papers, and oh my gosh, I created a hashtag for designer paper that I call hashtag love it to pieces. Well, that's exactly what I have done with this ice cream corner designer series paper. Like it's just yeah, it's one of the easiest packs of paper to be able to go through. It is so much fun to use. Okay, I'm gonna plug in my earbuds and microphone. There we go. Oh, Emmy, I'm so glad that your mom enjoyed her ice cream birthday card. Emmy's mom had a birthday last week, and she was needing a birthday card, and she told me how much she liked the ice cream card that I did on my video last week. So I'm so glad that she enjoyed it. That's awesome. And it worked out so cool. Emmy works at the local Starbucks, and the Starbucks that has the drive-through. So I just went through the drive-through and told the person, where you speak your order to. I just said, yeah, I've got a delivery for Emmy. And then I came around, and Emmy met me at the window, and it was all safe. And yeah, because we've got lots of COVID happening here right now. So that worked out really well that we could do it through the drive-through. Okay, yeah, there we go. Did you know muffins spelled backwards is what you do when you take them out of the oven? And of course, I immediately had to go, sniff them. Yeah, that's my weird mind and how it works. This just made me giggle. Okay, so I'll be using the Sweet Ice Cream photopolymer stamp set. I'll be using the ice cream, I think it's called the Ice Cream Builder Punch there. And I'm going to
try these colors today, which is a little bit different from the colors of my sample card. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, and Cinnamon Cider. And I'll show you just a closer look at this card here. Basically, what I have is 2 standard cards. So there's, if I turn it to the back, there's one that goes from here to here. That's 8.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4. And then the other standard card size is from here to here, again 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4. But this one has a diagonal cut on it, and so that's where the pocket comes in. And I don't have any like Dairy Queen gift cards, so I happen to have a Tim Hortons one that I just stuck in there to show how the pocket works. But this card is like perfect for Dairy Queen. And Emmy, you know, you got me thinking more about if I were to do a coffee card like this. I have some really cute coffee stamp sets. That could be the Tim Hortons or the Starbucks card that goes in there. So I am going to pull out my paper and get started. Some of the little pieces I've already pre-cut so that it'll go fairly quickly. But the bigger piece, I wanted to show you how I would do this to create my trifold card base. So here we go. We almost need sunglasses for this. Whoops, this Granny Apple Green. It's so bright. The green in the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper is actually supposed to be Old Olive, but they've lightened it up in a lot of places. And then also there's a bit of soft sea foam, which is a really light green, and I kind of liked this was bright and party-ish and picked up on some of the lighter shades of the green in the paper just slightly. Okay, so, oh, you'd like a coffee one now. Yeah, Starbucks card. Okay, well, it might take me a week or two to get to it, Emmy, but I could do it for sure. Okay, so I'm taking this paper and I'm scoring it at 4 1/4. So there, I've just found the 4 1/4 mark there. And yeah, score first because then it's one and done. And then I go back the long way and I will cut it in half at 5.5 inches. And I'll have my 2 card bases. So there's my cutting blade. There we go. Okay, yeah, you're welcome, Emmy. And then I'm going to take one of them. So this would be, say, like the front, and then there's the inside, and I'm going to cut that diagonal right there. So I'm going from this scored center line down to the bottom right-hand corner. It's like that. And this is a piece of paper that's going to go in, a piece of cardstock that's going to go into my scrap bin. Maybe I could think of something to go with on there too, but I'll just go like that for now. So there we go. And I'm going to show you right off the hop how I put this together. You can see that the diagonal piece is going to get glued down onto the second card base. But I found that this little corner sometimes wanted to get bent over when I folded my second card base. So I'm just going to take my scissors and take off just the littlest bit of a snip there. Doesn't take too much. The other thing that you can do, I don't know if you find this, but sometimes when I score my cards, sometimes there's a difference between where the 2 edges meet up. And so I would put the edge that is, if there is a difference between the 2, I would put the one with the little bit shorter edge tucked, tucked there. So then when this closes, yeah, it will tuck underneath, and this spine won't stick out too much. So with this triangle, the first time I made a template of this card, I had it in my brain, okay, I want to try this idea. I don't know if it's going to work. Well, it was generally worked, except that I took and I just got excited with my glue and I put glue all over the triangle and glued it down, and then there was absolutely no pocket. So right away, remind yourself, this is meant to be a pocket to hold good things. So you only want to put adhesive on 2 edges. So I'll use my tear-in tape. And it's a big enough pocket that even though that tape kind of goes in a bit, there's still lots of room to tuck something in the pocket. And it could be a gift card, but I was thinking that I'm pretty sure that cash would fit in there quite nicely too. I haven't tried it, but so, and this is going to get glued here, but I wanted to make sure that my 2 cards matched up evenly and that also they matched up along the bottoms. So I decided to fold them together just like the way I would want them, so I can stand them up and get them even across the bottom. And then after I've got that even the way I want it, I turn it over. This is the back, and I open it up and keep holding it in place so it doesn't move around, hopefully. Well, that's the goal anyways. And I can quickly peel off these pieces of tape, and I know that they're in the right spot because I was looking at it from the front ways to begin with. Okay, come on, tape. Oh, it tore in half. That's, yeah, well, I'm getting at it too viciously with my scissors there. There we go. And then I just close it up so then I can go back to the front. 1 panel, 2 panel, and yay, there's the pocket that I can actually get into. Okay, so that's the basic of how you make the trifold pocket card. And now the fun stuff comes for decorating. Oh, Leanne, hello. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the idea. I saw somebody else who did a card, and I think it had like 4 panels. There was a lot going on in that card, but there was something about it. There was an angle somehow on it, and I'm like, oh, if I took and I moved that angle over there, it could make a pocket, and oh, that sounds like fun. So here we go, decorating. I'm going to start on, maybe this seems strange, but I think I'm going to start on the very inside, and then I'll close it and work on it as I go. So hopefully these colors aren't going to look too strange, but I'm going to make my inside piece where I'm going to stamp my greeting, or my final greeting. There'll be maybe one or a couple greetings on here depending on how you want it to go, and mat it with the Bermuda Bay, so like those colors just are really vibrant and make it pop. And oh goodness, already I'm like, oh, where did I put happy birthday? Heavenly days. Okay, is it back in the case? Perhaps. There it is. Whew. Okay, so I don't know who gave me this idea, but they said if you get one of our clear envelopes, you can put little pieces that you punch and save little things inside your case. I thought that was a pretty nice idea. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this. Oh, what should I stamp it with? I think I'm going to stamp it with Bermuda Bay. And then I'm going to also do the words with sprinkles on top. And maybe I'll do those in the Granny Apple Green. So I'm not going to glue that down yet, because if I make a mistake, I can turn my paper over. There we go, Bermuda. Don't we all wish we were in Bermuda right now? Especially if you're here in Western Canada, where we've had this silly April snowstorm. Okay, happy birthday feel like my block might, or my word might be kind of sideways somewhat on my block, or crooked anyways. There. Okay. So now I'm going to do with sprinkles on top, and that'll be in the Granny Apple Green. I think I'm going to want to put some sequins on this layer too, like I did on my sample card, but I'm going to save the sequins for last, as I don't even know if I know which color of sequins that I want to use. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was thinking that might even be more crooked than it was. It's not bad. You'll notice I put the mat underneath, and I like using that foam mat for when I'm stamping with the photopolymer stamps. Gives a lot, so much better impression. And so these are just standard 1/4 inch smaller size than the one panel of the card. So the Bermuda is 5 1/4 by 4, and then the Whisper White is 5 by 3 3/4. So not too much that's strange or unusual there. Do you notice I keep like going back and forth between my adhesives? I don't know. I guess sometimes with the white, the blobs of glue, the liquid glue blobs sometimes show through a little bit more because the white is just slightly thinner than our colored cardstocks. So, and you know, I think some days, honestly, it just depends on what mood I'm into. Oh, Glenda, yes, I bet you wish you could go to Bermuda and visit your family there. My daughter-in-law's birthday today, and your grandson's on the 16th. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, you've got lots of April birthdays for your family too. Wow, okay. So now I'm going to decorate the pocket, and I'm going to use some of that amazing paper from the Ice Cream Corner Designer paper. Emmy, your birthday's on June 6th. You're going to be 27. Oh my gosh. Wow. How the time is flying. Holy smokes. And I should say thank you, Emmy. You left me some wishes today, and your wishes are just a day early. You must have seen something that somebody had written, and let me tell you, you were close. So lots and lots of April birthdays, and then yours will be coming up in June. Okay, so I've got another piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock, and it's, again, 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to cut it on the diagonal. Oh, yeah, thanks, Emmy. Yeah, I appreciate your message. I never got back to you on it, so sorry about that. I think I saw it really briefly, and then it was like, oh, I got going on something else, and I forgot to get back to you. And so then here's the Ice Cream Corner paper, and this one is 5 by 3 3/4. Now I find that when I mat on the diagonal with the triangle shapes, that it does leave a much smaller, a much smaller edge here. And so just so you can see, so you can see how much this is quite wide, and both these pieces again were 5 1/4 by 4 and 5 by 3 3/4. Same thing over here, but when you mat it onto the triangle, it makes the edge look so much smaller. So I'm just going to try and cut this down, maybe, I don't even know if it needs to be 1/4 of an inch, or maybe just 1/8 of an inch smaller, and see if that makes any difference, so that the matting here and the matting here will be somewhat similar in size. We'll see if that makes a difference or not. So yeah, it's just one of those little things I thought I'd play around with, and it's kind of a nitpicky thing, but oh well, we'll give it a whirl. So now I'm going to be cutting this in the diagonal too. And I'll put this back in my designer paper because I can cut out all kinds of ice cream cones. Well, I can cut out a whole bunch of cones. Yeah, with that piece. Not the ice cream part of it, but the cone part of it. Okay, and now let's see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, I think it does. Yeah, you get a little bit more of the mat showing that way, and it does seem to be a little bit more similar to the mat that's on the panel beside it. Okay, so I talked about sometimes the blobs of liquid glue showing through the white cardstock. Well, the designer paper is even thinner, so it doesn't really make sense maybe that I'm using the liquid glue here, but the designer paper has so much more pattern going on that sometimes it's not as evident with all the busyness in the paper. And I also have that moment or two to shift and get it into position. Okay. Yeah, oh my goodness. I am quite liking these colors. Now, like I said, they say in the paper that it's Old Olive, and then the really, really light green is Soft Seafoam, but it gradually transitions from Old Olive to Soft Seafoam, so I think there's some Granny Apple Green almost in there. It's not perfect, but it's really close, and this green just made me happy, and it works really well for birthdays. Oh, where do I hold on to this? There. Okay. Now we've got a decorated pocket. Suppose you could put something over there too. I'm not going to worry about that too much, and I'll take and put my wintertime Tim Hortons card in there. Oh, I was going to see how money would fit too. You know, I'm thinking are our dollar bills just a little bit, oops, I'm jiggling things here. I think, are they just a little bit tall for, yeah, they're a little bit tall. So you'd have to fold the money and tuck it in. And for any of the, I don't know if there are any of the US friends watching. Yeah, there we go. There's our beautiful blue $5 bill. So you could put colorful money into our birthday cards here in Canada. So yeah, the money is fit. It's just, you have to be ready to do a little folding and tucking. Okay. Now I'm going to work on this panel and this panel at the same time. I'm going to be making 2 ice cream cones. And some of you would have seen last week how I do, for a quick way of making ice cream, the cone part, you just punch out some of this cone looking pattern paper. But I do like the stamped cones, and cinnamon cider works just perfectly for it. So I will. That, and I need to grab a piece of scrap because I kind of like that the cone is stamped off. It's not quite so dark, but then I can use the darker, the first generation of the cinnamon cider for the pattern on the cone. So stamp off, and there, give it a little huff, stamp on. You know, I'm going to stamp. When I first was starting to stamp cones, I was stamping them that way, but I found when I went to do the punching that it kind of worked better for the punching if the cone was pointing upside down like that. You'll see when I get the punch. Now I'm just hoping that I left enough space. I might have to cut my cones apart to make sure that I've got room, and I won't be punching one with a blob of the ice cream. So now I'm doing full strength with cinnamon cider. There we go. I might need this again, but I'll close it for now just to be on the safe side. And the punch. There we go. So yeah, I found, you can see when I turn the punch upside down so that I can see what I'm punching, the cone has the point, the bottom point up. So that's why I was going with my stamping in that direction. Now it doesn't always mean that I can still access it exactly. Sometimes you have to trim off a piece of the paper, but that's okay. The 3D portion, there you go, of our video tonight. Get ready. Here's the second 3D. I feel like I'm not quite getting at it. I need to like cut away just some of that extra paper so that I can get better reach. Yeah, that seems to be a little bit better. And shadows too. So sometimes I'm not sure if there's there. Okay. Done with the 3D portion. Oh, well, no, I will be punching again. Not done with the 3D portion yet of the video. Okay. So one's going to be for the inside and one's going to be for the outside. So I'm going to put this ice cream cone here. And I'm going to glue it down right now. I'm not going to use any dimensionals on this because this is the inside of the card and I want it to kind of lay flat. And, oh, I'll go like that because I did that with my other sample one too. I kind of like to see it just off a little that way. It makes it more interesting. And ice cream. So some of these I've pre-punched from other projects I was working on. There was like Blushing Bride, and then there's this one which was Blackberry Bliss. And you'll notice that like I got cut of part of the paper got, well, I don't know if it wasn't the paper that got cut off. It was that it was near the edge of the paper where the straight edge was. But if you have pieces like that where it's not really big enough to get a whole scoop of ice cream, say you've just got a small piece like this one here or on this edge, you can still punch it so that you get the color at the bottom of the scoops. And then when you go to layer your ice creams, nobody is going to know that you've only got part of a scoop there. They won't know that they were shafted on their ice cream scoop. And yeah, so I've been just punching all kinds of flavors of ice cream in the last while. And here's one from another piece with the blackberry colors and the Blushing Bride and the, there's almost a watermelon look to that one pink. Let's see here. How can I? And sometimes you will have to. Oh goodness, very wiggly and jiggly today. Sometimes you will have to cut off an extra chunk to be able to get at it with the punch. We'll call this the pistachio ice cream. Now, let's see. There we go. I don't know, it could be something like that. Or I could get some of the blue because there is some blue in the Bermuda Bay matte there. Oh, that might be nice. Not that I don't like the pink. Trying to decide. Let's see. Could go something like that. Oh, is that money plastic, Pam? Sorry, I just saw that now. Yes, there is a plastic quality to it. You can actually put it through the washing machine and it still usually holds together. And there's all kinds of things that they've done to our Canadian money that makes it really hard to counterfeit. Like it makes it really hard to make fake money, to counterfeit it. And there's holographs in it. And yeah, just they've done really different things with our currency. And yeah. And maybe yours maybe has, I don't know, maybe United States bills have holographs in them too, but yeah, there definitely is a plastic quality to it, which means they're not having to replace it as much either. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I guess they're saving money, something like that. Okay, there we go. Oh, such yummy ice cream. All right, so that one's done. I'm gonna make one more for the cover, but we'll get to that in a moment because I'm gonna do this panel next. And this is where in my sample card I got into the ice, not the ice cream, I got into the popsicle stamps, and it's kind of fun to see the combinations of colors and what happens when you layer them together. So here this was Bumblebee stamped off twice, and down here was Petal Pink. And today I'll just go with the colors that I've been working with here. The Granny Apple Green and the Bermuda Bay. And let's see, which color do I want to use? Maybe I'll do the yeah, I'm going to do the Bermuda Bay on top. I have not tried it with the popsicle with these two colors, so this is an experiment here. And I think, well, I'm going to try it full strength. And if I hate it, I can turn my cardstock over. Oh no, I think I like that. Yeah. And Granny, here we go. Pistachio, maybe that's what it is. Oh, green apple. I don't know if there's such thing as green apple ice cream. I know there's pistachio ice cream. Oh, I'm so glad that you like the card, Pam. Yeah, it's so much fun in that, like, once you've got the base is really easy to create, and then you have so many different parts to it that you can decorate. And I mean, I tend to go pretty simple and basic with a lot of my decorating. I just find that, yeah, you know, I don't want to spend like 50 years making a card. Oh, I could have stamped this next one off, maybe. There we go. We got different colored strips going on there. Yeah, so you could oh, the sky's the limit with this set and all you could do with it. Hey, and so the popsicle stick. Oh, I should run this by you guys. Okay, in the sweet ice cream stamp, I had a little conversation in my head the other day about what is this? Is it like looking at the side of a popsicle? Is it a corn dog? Like, honestly, I'm not really sure. Because this is the popsicle stick, and this is the lines to make the popsicle stick look like it is wood, and it has wood grain. But if anybody has seen anything out there of another stamper who's used this, like, well, I wondered too if you put it and made it like sort of like a glistening lighter part. Yeah, no, I don't know. This one intrigues me. So if you think of what that part might be like, yeah, give me an idea there. Okay, we're going back to the cinnamon cider. And, oh, gonna need to, this is called ultimate laziness, stamping off on the back of the card. I probably should have stamped off in the middle where it would be hidden by some other colors. Okay. The pressure's on too, because now I just can't turn my paper over. All right, and full strength wood grain popsicle stick. Now, I'm going to use this again because I'm going to stamp the words. I hope this shows up. Let's see. I think it will. This is full strength cinnamon cider. Treat yourself. Just trying to figure out, oh well, we'll just go here. There's also the words in this same set that say, "You melt my heart." You could maybe stamp that on top too. I suppose it could have been done maybe in early espresso and it would have showed up a little bit better. And what I did with this card here, so there is the stamped off bumblebee color, which is the dark yellow, and then there's the very light petal pink, and then the treat yourself was stamped over top with the terracotta tile, because that was the base that I used for the card there. Okay, so this looks, I don't know, it looks a little bit of nature-ish, the colors. This is a nature-ish popsicle. Okay, and we'll layer our pieces. Oh, okay. A spoon, an ice cream spoon, like we used to have one. Yeah. Yeah, I know, like you'd get like the Dixie cups, right? Yeah. I bet you somebody out there has like come up with a really cool thing for this, and I just haven't seen it yet. Now I'm going to have to watch a little bit more and see what I can find out there about that. It'd be interesting to talk to the person who designed the stamp set to see what they had in mind for it, because that's the other thing. Stampers always come up with ideas that are, you know, completely unique to what the person who created the set was to begin with. Okay. When I look at these colors, it kind of makes me think I'm looking at a picture, a map with, there's the lake and there's the green land. It's like sort of like looking at a map of the world, or part of the world. Okie doke. So now we're to the front, and good. Whew. There, I've still got a cone. You never know where those cones might go. These two layers, I should probably tell you the dimensions. They're the same for this panel and this panel. The Bermuda Bay is 4 1/4 by 3. And then the white is 4 by 2 3/4. And then I've got a piece of designer paper. This is also from the Ice Cream Corner suite or pack of paper. And it's 1 inch by 2 3/4. And I decided I wanted to have Bermuda Bay ribbon to go around the bottom of this layer of my card, but I don't have any Bermuda Bay ribbon right now, so I pulled out my Bermuda Bay, ooh, that was rather crooked, my Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blend. And just maybe some of you remember at Christmas time, we had this gorgeous ribbon called Snowflake Splendor. And I don't think we can order it right now, but if I remember correctly, this Snowflake Splendor ribbon is going to be coming back in our, I'll just call it the holiday mini catalog. I know it's not the holiday catalog anymore, but it's going to be coming back. And I'm like, what would happen if I used my Stampin' Blend to dye it? And so this is my dark Bermuda blend, Bermuda Bay blend. That's a lot of bees. And I mean, I'm probably going over it way more than I need to, but look at that. You can have sparkly ribbon in any color. not just in snowflake white. I'm going to need a bit of this. I'm going to need some to go around the cardstock piece, and then another piece to tie my faux knot. So there we go. I think that coloring the ribbon with Bermuda works really well because there's already sort of greeny, some of it's greeny and some of it's purpley in this iridescent ribbon. Oh, look at that. Didn't I do such a nice job on my fingers too? It just needs to dry for a minute. I should have really done this at the very beginning of my video. Here, I'll get some of the excess off. Yeah, now if you were maybe using a different blend, I don't know, one that's like in a warm tones, maybe it wouldn't work as well. I'm not sure, but it sure works nicely with the Bermuda color. Yeah, there. So, ooh la la. A friend of mine, a Stampin' friend from Lethbridge, posted that she showed green ink on her fingers, and she asked, "Am I stamping or am I turning into the Hulk?" It's kind of what I look like right now, turning into the Incredible Hulk. Okay. Now, what is the chance that I'm going to get some of that color onto my white? I hope this is mostly dry. I'm going to grab this paper again and just make sure it's not transferring. Let's see. Oh, pretty good. Doesn't seem to be transferring to my scraps, so I will take that as a sign that I can safely tie this around. And let's see, I think I went tied over on this side with my sample. Okay, and I'm going to build another cone, but this one I'm going to pop it up, and I need some more cone colors. Boy, I'm going through the ice cream like crazy here. So let's see, I'll grab another, wait, I'll do this one first because there, because it's, yeah, I didn't want to take any of that color out with the other piece that punches it along at the same time. And I think I should try for another color on the front too. Maybe some, what did I say this was? Strawberry, watermelon. Oh, that's even going to fit. I thought maybe I'd only get part of a scoop, but so cone, ice cream number 1, ice cream number 2, ice cream number 3. Thinking maybe I should put the strawberry in between and break up the greeny blues there. Not that really ice cream could be wrong, right? Ice cream, it doesn't matter. It's all perfect. Sort of like every flower is perfect. There. I usually wear more ink than I get on my project. Yeah, well, I'm glad. I'm not the only one. Luckily, I keep a bottle of hand sanitizer in my room. Yeah, and that's a really good, pardon me, that's a really good idea. I should have some hand sanitizer closer by. I do. We tend to have lots of hand sanitizer around right now, but just not anywhere within reach for me at the moment. Okay, and pink next. I'm going to try a little bit off to one side or the other. That seems a little bit more natural than a perfectly straight ice cream cone. Just realized when I did my sample, I think I only did two scoops of ice cream, and here I am doing 3 for this one. All right, that's okay. Okay. The inside of my card says happy birthday with sprinkles on top. So that means that I need to grab the sprinkles. And here we go again, cinnamon cider, and I should put some sprinkles on the cone on the inside too. I learned this before. My sprinkles are going to turn out so much better if I have a foam mat underneath. There. And so I know they're kind of a cinnamon color, but they could be chocolate too, right? They could be chocolate sprinkles, totally. And I'm going to pop that up. Okay. Maybe put one off to the side here so I don't get a cone that's like tipping back and forth. So if any of you are finding that the video is helpful to you, and if you know somebody that has ice cream paper or maybe likes to do crafty projects and things, you can share the video with them. Okay, you've probably seen me do this before, but I'm just gonna take the glue dot. I have this feeling this ribbon is gonna want to go this way and that way, so tuck a glue dot under there to keep it in place. Oh, sprinkles while I've got the cinnamon cider open. A few little chocolate sprinkles there. Okay, so, and the last thing will be to sprinkle some sequins on it. I'm going to pop this layer up too. I like the sequins for this project, especially because like I can put sequins on the insides and they won't add extra bulk. The trifold card will still be able to fold mostly flat-ish. I mean, it does get a little bit thicker from the layers, but it will fold mostly flattish and go into an envelope. Or if I were using rhinestones and whatnot, they'd make it a little bit more awkward. So, guess what? One more thing. So with this card, I have an extra piece of cardstock here of the terracotta tile that's 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through the Tasteful Textures, whatever that textured 3D embossing folder is. And so I can't reach my Big Shot from here the way I'm hooked up to the camera right now. So I'm just going to set that there for the moment. And what could I put under? Well, there. So we're just going to kind of fake it for the time being. So you get the idea. Tomorrow I'll try and remember to post a still picture of it and you can see what it looks like. It really makes a difference with that layer of texture on the second layer of the Granny Green Apple. Okay, now I'm going into my box with all my sequins, and we have with these in the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog, these sequins called Artistry Blooms. There's quite a few different colors. Now, I don't know if they're necessarily the colors that I'm working with. In fact, I looked the colors up at one point. And, oh, okay, so there is a blue, but it's not Bermuda. It is the other one. I think it's Cool Caribbean. No, Cool Caribbean, that's not even one of our colors anymore. Coastal Cabana, that's what it is. Cool Caribbean was like from 15 years ago or 10 years ago or something. So I was thinking I could probably do, it's just a lighter version, because Coastal Cabana is kind of a lighter version of Bermuda Bay. So here we have Coastal Cabana, or what color was this one? I don't know. Was it Calypso Coral? It's kind of an orangey color. Raspberry, rich raspberry. Oh, those kind of look nice. They kind of pick up the pink part of the cone. Or there's these ones. Oh, these are kind of a nice in-between color. I kind of like, that's even picking up the pink a little bit more. So, I'm just going to fake it with some sequins of, I can't remember which color, and normally our color coordination is the best thing of all that Stampin' Up! Has, but sometimes when it's like sequins and it's like, well, they're kind of like this color, but they're kind of like that color, you can improvise and go for a little bit of a wild color ride. And now I think in my other card I didn't put sequins on this one, but I did put some over here. But I'm just wondering how these pinky ones are going to look on the green. Oh, not so bad. I thought maybe that the color would kind of distort with the green behind them, but they work all right. There, and then I for sure on the saying on the last page here with sprinkles on top, to me that just says you need to sprinkle some sequins on this part as well. And again, they're not so thick that the card won't close properly. So, although I'm missing that part that I had intended to run through the embossing folder, that still looks like the earth to me. It's like it's a little spot of the globe right there, our beautiful blue earth. So yeah, no embossing, but that will add to it when I get that layer done. And so card number 1 and card number 2, and some ideas for making a tri-fold pocket card and using up some of your papers. Go and hope you have time to go and have some fun. And if you don't have this ice cream paper, I really encourage you to get it, because it's lots of fun to play with, and it works really well with the punch. You can punch out both shapes to make your ice cream cones, and just lots of fun to use for sure. So, thanks, Sue. This color combination is a little bit brighter and more out there. Sometimes I'm a little bit more monochromatic, but it's they're just really fun papers to play with. And thanks so much, Glenda. Yeah, not too hard. I'm always like a really slow person when it comes to stamping and finishing off all the little pieces and stuff in it. But it's a completely doable card. You guys could totally do this, and you can decide how many scoops of ice cream you want, or if you don't want it even to be ice cream, if you'd rather have it to be coffee or something else that you're going to be giving someone a gift card for. So thanks so much, ladies, for stopping by to watch my project tonight. I hope you have a super rest of your week, and for those of you who are getting through the snow out there, be safe, and everybody take care. We're still getting through all this COVID virus here too. Tomorrow morning, I am making my appointment to get my vaccine. Woohoo! All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye for now.